A very good evening to everyone. It is my greatest pleasure to be here to give a presentation on the fourth industrial revolution and its impact on the project manager. My name is Alex Xiao. I was a past president of the Computer Society, currently in the School of Computing of NUS. So what exactly is the fourth industrial revolution, or Industry 4.0 in short? Let's watch a video to hear what this is about.
What is Industry 4.0 and what does it mean for you? Technology is driving change across all areas of society. Not only do we increasingly use it and even rely on it in our personal lives, we also find our workplaces digitally evolving, with more and more processes now being undertaken using technology. This change is known as the Fourth Industrial Revolution, or Industry 4.0. Industry 4.0 will see many tasks that were once performed by us now being automated. With the collection and analysis of real-time data, artificial intelligence, and the ability for all components of a production line to talk to each other, production can be really efficient and personalized according to customer needs. But what does this mean for us? With increased automation, our time will be freed up for concentrating on more complex tasks. We will need a workforce who are capable of building, programming, and developing these technologies, but also making sure we are applying them to our lives in an ethical way. There are core skills that we can offer that technology cannot replace. The human touch is going to be incredibly important, ensuring effective communication, problem solving, and supporting change management in this digital environment. There will also be a greater need for joint working across disciplines, creating new innovations. The future job market will be looking for graduates with an open mind to explore the unknown future possibilities. We will all need to develop our skills in order to embrace, adapt to this ever-changing environment. What will you do to make sure you are ready and have the right skills to thrive in the fourth industrial revolution?
So, as we've seen in the video, Industry 4.0 is first coined by Germany in 2011. And information technologies such as Internet of Things, big data, robotics, advanced analytics, human-machine interfaces, and the cyber-physical systems. These are things that will define what is the Industry 4.0. But I think there are more technologies to come. This is just the beginning. So these technologies will integrate with our existing technologies, and it will completely change the industrial landscape. And you also notice something about all these technologies is that most of them in the past we will refer to them as operational technologies, engineering technologies. But now there is a convergence of operational technology and information technology, and that will impact all of us. So what is shaping the future? Three forces are shaping this digital future. First is acceleration. There's exponential advances accelerate so quickly that they are difficult to fully comprehend. Advances in digital technology in the next 18 months to 2 years will be equivalent to the total advances made since the very beginning of the computer age. A little bit frightening, yeah? But we can't escape. It's here. Convergence. Data will become ubiquitous as everything is digitized. Clever software is breaking down barriers, converging industries such as information, communication, and entertainment. So the line becomes very blurred, whether we're talking about operational technology or information technology. And the third force is individualization. The digital identity created online includes what we like, who we follow and communicate with, where we click and post, and how we buy, all of which is increasingly allowing each of us to be distinguished as an individual in the digital arena. What is the impact of technology? The use of communication devices to manage increasingly delocalized teams with team members from different parts of the world that defines what is happening, and the growth of hybrid teams where some members may be or will be virtual assistants. That means they are not real human beings, but maybe computer programs, right? Using AI and machine learning. And perhaps they are robots. Yeah. Project managers now need to manage innovation and use of new technologies like analytics, virtual reality, IoT devices, drones, and artificial intelligence. See, already the project manager's job is difficult without all this, but increasingly, because of all these technologies, the project managers have to manage lots more than what is currently on our portfolio. Big data will help to transform business processes through analytics of demand for products and services. And time to market of industrial production will decrease significantly. Therefore, more flexible production processes will be necessary, which are adaptable to the needs of the market. Then Industry 4.0 will be characterized by the implementation of pervasive change management processes. And who is the one managing all these change management processes? Well, of course, you know, project managers. Project teams will need higher skills and greater autonomy in order to achieve the best results. And new hard skills will need to be developed. Right? Project managers need to have a good understanding of cyber-physical spaces, coupled with deep domain knowledge. What exactly are cyber-physical spaces? That means it's a mixture of physical and things which are virtual. All right. So that means you may have a project team that consists of people in fixed location, physical location, and you have other members of your team that are actually in the cyberspace. Okay. Experience with innovative technologies and projects, predictive algorithms, and big data analysis to help manage modern projects correctly will need to be acquired, okay, by the project manager. Ability to see the flow of processes that will regulate the projects of the future in its entirety as well as in its components. Well, we don't know in future how projects will evolve, but the fundamental of projects will have no change. There's a start, there's a finish, and in between, there are lots of processes that we have to manage. Okay, perhaps more complicated. And we have to adopt the principles of lean management so that the projects will not get too much convoluted. Lean management to keep the team agile. On top of the hard skills that we need to acquire, we also need to have enhanced soft skills. Of course, first, we need improved communication skills. communication has always been a strong requirement for a project manager. Now, what I mean by improve communication skills, that means we must be able to use whatever medium and whatever tools available for us to be able to communicate with the team, whether it's a physical or cyber arena. Project managers are carriers of transversal skills and know-how and are key players in change management. So leadership skills become very important. Transversal skills are skills that cut across various silos and largely what we call domain knowledge. So transversal skills that you can talk to people of different professions and get them all together to work together. Next, we need management of contingencies, negotiation skills, learning from mistakes, active listening. Not that these skills are not available now, they are available. We are here talking about enhancement of all these soft skills because of the need to work with firstly non-local project team, people from every domain, and people who are in cyber and physical arena. I wonder how we're going to negotiate with a robot. You know, jokingly, I mean, we're talking about enhanced negotiation skills. Yeah. Well, how do you negotiate with a machine that actually has a full database of knowledge? How do we do that when the speed of our ability to call up knowledge is slower than what a machine can do? Well, we'll get there. So are project managers affected by digital disruption? At some point in time, a few years ago, I was also asked to give a talk to a group of project managers, and they say, will project management be relevant in the future? Are project managers affected by digital disruption? Well, everybody is affected by digital disruption. Even professors in a university, we all have to learn new skills. Before the COVID-19 came about, none of us have ever heard of Zoom, and, and suddenly we all have to learn and how to conduct examinations, when everybody is at home, and how do you know they're not cheating? So all the remote proctoring, e-exam, how to do plagiarism checks and all this. So a lot of new skills that professors need to learn. Similarly, project managers, nobody is immune from digital disruption, and we know that change is constant. It's only getting worse, faster and faster will change. But however, to progress, mankind has to continually re-engineer itself. But there's also always a great fear that digital disruption will cause loss of employment, loss of jobs, loss of livelihood. But history has shown us that when there are new technologies, new innovation that comes about, old jobs get displaced, but new jobs get invented. But it's a matter whether we can adjust ourselves to the new technologies, or we still stick to the old ways, and so therefore get displaced. And we know from Gartner that there are lots of technologies that are coming fast and furious. Okay, in fact, if you look at the Gartner hype cycle chart, year by year, You see some of the technologies, they're there and then suddenly they disappeared because it's no longer relevant, it's no longer viable. So this is the latest chart from Gartner for year 2020, and you see all the new. You can see that all the technologies that are coming up and emerging. All right, whether they will survive. All right, when they reach the trial of disillusionment and then become stable technology. Look like nothing is really stable down here. Okay, all blank here. That means they're all emerging, and we will have to see whether some of these technologies are going to be applied in projects in the future. And if they are going to be applied in projects in the future, then of course, we as project managers will have to know more about all these things. All right. Uh, for example, immersive experience is something that is coming up. So, as project managers to implement immersive experience project, have we learned about that? Have we learned more about AR, VR to be able to manage the immersive experience project? Okay. So, disruption. I don't think we need to really dwell on this. Everybody know this by heart now. Yeah. Disruption. How come we never got affected by it? Really? I mean, if we say, "Oh, there's a plenty of disruption. It happens to my neighbor, but not really to me." But actually, we are living through it. All right. Like the things about Uber or Grab and Airbnb. Of course, they were disrupted by COVID-19. So COVID-19 can be also a disruptor. And then you have the streaming service, Netflix and Alibaba. They're doing all the retail. Example, these are things which we are very happy to have. Yeah, very happy as a consumer. All this, yeah, we jump with joy because life becomes easier with all this disruptive technology. But if you are on the other side of the fence and you are the one being disrupted, then I think the joy is not so great. So why are there disruptions? Because human race is always innovating. It's always innovating. Every moment, all of us are thinking of something new. How to be better tomorrow? How can we be better tomorrow than what we are today? That's how mankind progresses. It's a survival of the fittest to achieve better standard of living if possible. So is there an end to disruption? No. No. Unfortunately, no. All right. And we cannot stop disruption. And it will just continue on. And if you want to jump out of this rat race of disruption, well, you can always call it quits and then sit down on the beach every day looking at the sunrise and sunset. And you can choose to live that life. But eventually the disruption also reach you, all right? In one way or another. So we have to prepare for disruption by, as project managers, okay, we are being disrupted. So we have to prepare for disruption, to be to be aware of emerging technologies because we are working with emerging technologies. Maintain your agility, ability to switch, to change, to adopt new technologies. Get out of your comfort zone, something that you have been very comfortable with. You got to gain new knowledge. All right. You know, the Project Management Institute roll out many new certification every year in relation to changes in demands and changes in technology. So just being equipped with a body of knowledge of project management perhaps no longer sufficient. We need to get new certification, new knowledge. All right, pick up new knowledge. Beware of signs of impending change. Will there be more disruption? Innovation will not stop. Change is constant, and so we have to then look at what new technologies to look out for. So in summary, some of the most crucial skills that will be needed to face the fourth industrial revolution include virtual collaboration, ability to effectively collaborate between virtual team members via technology, cognitive load management, ability to filter information by importance and maximize cognitive function. Right. Computational thinking, ability to translate vast amounts of data into abstract concepts and to understand database reasoning. Design mindset, ability to represent and develop tasks and focus on the work process to achieve desired outcomes. Okay. Then social intelligence, the ability to convey concepts to others deeply and directly and be able to sense and stimulate reactions. Looks like there are a lot of things that the project managers have to do in the future. All right. Yeah. It looks like in the past, all we have to do is make sure projects proceed along our schedule so that we keep within budget and within time, and that's the job of project manager. But actually, quietly, the job of the project managers have already evolved. All right, a lot of project managers have to manage agile projects, which in the past nobody thought about that. Yeah, now we have to manage DevOps project. Okay, so in the future, because of this fourth industrial revolution, with the convergence of information technology and operational technology, some of us may be involved in advanced manufacturing projects, right? And some of these robotics projects, implementing of systems with robotic elements, right? And the final thing is adaptive thinking, demonstrating the proficiency of thinking and coming up with solutions and ability to determine the deeper meaning of what's being expressed. Okay, now this gets a bit complicated, a bit of abstract. This means that the project manager have to now just think out of the box, to adapt to the changing situation of the demands of your clients, of your project owners and all that, right? And ability to demonstrate that we are able to do more than what is required of us in managing the project. Why do we need the adaptive thinking? Because projects in the future, right, will be something that maybe even the owners will not know what they actually want. But it's not something new. And we have to now propose solutions which are adapted to the current emerging technology situation. Use new tools to be able to complete some of the projects at a greater speed and reducing the budget. All right. So that, my friend, brings us to the conclusion. So there are exciting times ahead for project managers. In fact, according to the Project Management Institute, it is now Project Management 4.0 because of Industry 4.0, right? Yeah, the PMI has declared the future to be PMI 4.0. So what is that? Because exciting times are ahead. We are going to adapt the project management profession to take account of the convergence of technology, view disruption positively as a chance to change, adapt to the new environment, keep upgrading our skills, and that's very important to continue to remain in the project management chapter so that we can continue to share uh, experience, new skills, bring in new subjects to be discussed in the chapter meetings. So new things are on the horizon, and we have to show leadership. Now, whether you know it or not, project managers in IT are at the top of the heap. All projects in IT are managed by a project manager. Okay. All IT work are projects. So the greater we demonstrate our skill sets, the more confidence that your clients or the owner or your customers will be that the new breed of project managers are here that will be able to take care of the new cyber physical and projects that are enabled by emerging technologies. All right, so projects will not disappear, neither will project managers. Thank you very much.